Hello students, today I am continuing with chapter 1 of Mathematics class 9's number system exercise 2, that is exercise 1.2. In the previous class we have discussed about rational numbers and irrational numbers. All those numbers which are not rational are called irrational numbers, or another way we can say all those numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of P upon Q are irrational numbers. I have given you some examples also in my previous video. Root 2, root 3, root 5, root 6, root 7, root 8, etc. But root 4 is not an irrational number. Why? We know that the value of root 4 is 2. 2 can be expressed as a rational number 2 upon 1. Similarly, root 9 is not irrational. Root 16 is not irrational. Root 25 is not irrational. So, we are coming more into the discussion of irrational numbers in the coming session of this chapter. Now, I am discussing the questions of exercise 1.2, that is second exercise of your NCERT book. First question, state whether the following statements are true or false and justify your answer. Question number 1, every irrational number is a real number. Every irrational number is a real number is true. Yesterday we have seen, or in the previous class we have seen, all the numbers, all types of number is finally called real number. So all type of numbers will come under the name real number. So irrational number is also real number. This statement is true. Second question, every point on the number line is of the form under root m, where m is a natural number. I repeat the question. Every point on the number line is of the form root m, under root m, where m is a natural number. This statement is false. Why? For example, it is written every point on the number line can be expressed in the form of under root m, where m is a natural number. Means, if you mark any point on the number line, that point can be expressed as root 1, root 2, root 3, root 4, root 5, etc. No, it is wrong. Because root 1 is 1, root 2 is approximately 1.414. So between 1 and 1.4 there are so many numbers. 1.2, 1.3, 1.11, 1.12. So many numbers are there between root 1 and root 2. Another example, it is written m is a natural number, and we know that all the natural numbers are positive. But on the number line, to the left of 0, we have negative numbers also. So, integers are both positive and negative. So, if m is a natural number, we are talking only about positive numbers. It is not so. On number line, there are negative numbers also. One example why it is false. Second reason, between root 1 and root 2, there are so many other numbers. So, this statement is false. Number 3, every real number is an irrational number. This statement is also false. This statement is correct if it was in the reverse order. Every irrational number is a real number. Every irrational number is real number. But every real number is not irrational. Every real number can be either rational or irrational. Yesterday in the final conclusion we have seen that numbers can be divided into two types, rational and irrational. This rational and irrational together is called real number. So in real number, there are rational numbers as well as irrational number. So this statement is also wrong. Question number 2. Are the square root of all positive integers irrational? Are the square root of all positive integers are irrational? Means root 1, root 2, root 3, root 4, root 5, root 6. Are they all irrational? If not, give an example of the square root of a number that is rational. Just now I told you the square root of all positive integers are not irrational. Example, root 1 is not irrational because root 1 is 1 and 1 is rational. Similarly, root 4, the value of root 4 is 2, 2 is also rational. Root 9 is 3 and we know that 3 is rational. So these are the examples for this question. These are root 1, root 4, root 9, root, next one will be 16, then root 25, root 36. These are such root numbers under root of positive integers, but they are not irrational, they are rational. So the answer is no. The square root of all positive integers are not irrational. Example, this. Question number 3. Show how root 5 can be represented on the number line. How root 5 can be represented on a number line. All of you take your scale and pencil to do this question. We are going to represent under root 5 on number line. We know that under root 5 is an irrational number. Now what are irrational number? The number which cannot be expressed in the form of P upon Q. Or, now I will tell you one more definition of irrational number. Irrational numbers are non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. Non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. It is a decimal number which never terminates and that never recur also. Recur means repeat. So non-terminating, non-repeating decimals are irrational. Root 5, the answer of root 5 is never ending. It will continue without an ending. So how can we represent such irrational numbers? The actual value is non-terminating, non-repeating. How can we represent such numbers on the number line? Our question is represent root 5 on number line. Draw a number line and mark 0 anywhere on this number line. Now we have to mark 1, 2, 3, 4 on number line. You must always remember for this 1, 2, 3, for marking 1, 2, 3 on number line, you should not or you need not take 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter for marking 1, 2, 3 on number line. The scale is up to you. We can take 2 centimeter, 1 unit is equal to 2 centimeter. So after 2 centimeter also you can mark 1. Then after 4 centimeter 2 will come. After 6 centimeter you can mark 3. So what is the scale taken for representing 1, 2, 3 is up to you. It's a very important point. Many of you may not be knowing this. On number line 1, 2, 3, 4 need not be taken always at 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters. It can be double, it can be triple, it can be 5 times. The unit is up to you. Wherever you mark 1, that unit is to be repeated for the next numbers, that's all. So, for the easiness of doing this construction, I am taking 1 unit is equal to 2 on number line. So, using your scale, measuring 2 centimeter, you may mark 1. Then, after 4 centimeter, you have to mark 2. After 6 centimeter, you have to mark 3. Now, using your protractor at 2 centimeter, make a perpendicular. Keep the protractor at 2 and measure 90 degree and draw a line like this. So at 2, draw a perpendicular. Now on this perpendicular, cut off 1 unit. Here 1 unit is actually 2 centimeter. So keeping your compass at this point, cut off 1 unit or 2 centimeter. Got it? So I repeat, for representing root 5, first you will go to 2. At 2, draw a perpendicular using your protractor. On this perpendicular, cut off 1 unit. Here 1 unit is equal to 2 centimeter. So take 2 centimeter on your compass and cut an arc. Now join this point to 0. Say this is A and this is B. So actually OBA is a right angle triangle. OBA is a right angle triangle whose base is 2 unit and height is 1 unit. Using Pythagoras theorem, now we can find what is OA. OA is the hypotenuse of right angle triangle OBA. Pythagoras theorem states that OA square is equal to OB square plus BA square. OB means 2, so it is 2 square. AB is 1 unit, so it is 1 square. 2 square 4, 4 plus 1, 5. We got OA square is equal to 5. Therefore, OA equal to under root 5. So this length OA is actually under root 5. Now we have to bring this distance root 5 on number line. The question is represent root 5 on number line. Now we got root 5. This length is root 5. But now we have to bring it down to the number line. For that you have to use a compass. Keep the compass at 0 and extend your pencil till A and then bring it down. So keeping the compass at 0 and extending the pencil tip till A, adjust your R and then bring down your R. So keeping the compass metal tip at 0, pencil tip at A, you may draw the R to cut the number line. Suppose the R cut the number line at this point. So this point is actually root 5. So the length of the root 5 or the value of root 5 is from 0 to this point. Or if I mark it as C, then C represents root 5. The point C represents root 5. Or from 0 to C, OC is equal to root 5 units. Now I will teach you a method in general for representing any irrational number like this. For example, now the next question is represent root 6 on number line. for representing any root number on number line, always you have to construct a right angle triangle. The hypotenuse of each of these right angle triangle will be that root number. In order to represent root 6 on number line, you have to construct a right angle triangle with root 5 as base and 1 unit height. So now in order to represent root 6 on number line, at root 5, using your protractor, make a at root 5, using a protractor, make a perpendicular. And on that perpendicular, again cut off 1 unit and join the diagonal. That will be root 6. Now bring it down using your compass. This is root 6. Now in order to represent root 7 on number line, at root 6, draw a perpendicular. Then cut off 1 unit on it. Join to 0. This length, this hypotenuse will be root 7. Bring that root 7 using an arc, bring it to the number line. From root 7, if you draw a perpendicular and cut off 1 unit and join the hypotenuse, it will be root 8 and so on. So for representing any root number on number line, you have to construct a right angle triangle always on the number line. Right angle triangle. In that right angle triangle, the height will be always 1 unit. Base will be 1 less than the under root of the question. For example, for root 8, base might be root 7. Height must be 1. For root 9, base must be root 8 and height must be 1. And so on. I hope you understood this method. This is the method how we can represent under root numbers on number line. Now the last question. This is an activity, classroom activity, but I am explaining how to go about. The question is, how to construct a square root spiral. How to construct a square root spiral. Just listen. Square root spiral. Actually, this is an activity. In your lab activity also you can see this question. How to make a square root spiral. This is nothing but the continuation of the question that we have done just now. How to represent root 5 on number line. Now just listen. What is a square root spiral? This is a part of number line. Let it be 0. Now take any unit for it, as I told you in the previous question. You can take 2 cm as 1 unit. Even you can take 3 cm as 1 unit. Even you can take 1 cm also as 1 unit. For your convenience, you can take smaller unit or bigger unit. Accordingly, the size of the figure will also change. I am taking again 2 cm as 1 unit. So from 0 at 2 cm I have taken 1. Now at 1, using a protractor, construct a perpendicular, and on this perpendicular once again you cut 1 unit, that is 2 cm. So this is 1 unit, this is also 1 unit, and join it to 0. As I have explained just now in the previous question, if the base is 1 and the height is also 1, then its hypotenuse will be under root 2. Using Pythagoras theorem, 1 square plus 1 square is equal to 2. So this will be under root 2. Now, if you bring it down using a compass, you can represent root 2 on number line. But in square root spiral, we are not bringing it down. That is only chain. Now with root 2 as the base, and if you construct 1 unit height, then the hypotenuse of the second triangle will be root 3. And if you continue, then you will get next root 4, then root 5, root 6. The only thing is that we are not bringing down this root 2 to the number 9. But from here, we are continuing the construction. Now, where will you keep the protractor? Now you will keep the protractor at this point. Protractor will be kept like this. And you will mark 90 degree. Now on that 90 degree, you will cut off 1 unit and join it to 0. It will be root 3. Now at this point, again you may put a protractor like this. Midpoint of the protractor is here. Now again you may mark 90 degree. Now cut off 1 unit on it. Join it. It will be root 4. Now here again make 90 degree. Cut off 1 unit. Join it to 0. It will be root 5. From here again 90 degree. Cut off 1 unit. Join to 0. From here again 90 degree. Cut off 1 unit. Join it to 0. From here again 1 unit. Cut off. Join it. It will be root 5, root 6, root 7, root 8 and so on. If you continue this construction, you will get a spiral shape. I hope all of you know what is the spiral shape. This is called a spiral. This shape is called a spiral. Just like our mosquito coil. This shape is called a spiral. If you continue this construction, root 5, root 6, root 7, root 8, root 9, root 10, root 11, this shape will come up again and you will get a spiral shape. This spiral shape is called square root spiral. Do it as a class activity. So that's all. Exercise 1.2. Only few questions were there. So practice it all of you. See you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.